Give me a second there, Nikosha.
Okay, sir.
I'm just waiting for that friend of yours to get on.
Which friend, sir? Sir,
Yeah?
how much of us will be presenting today?
I'm coming. Ocean. Sparrow. Sparrow. Over me. We're going to commence the class. No, can't wait. Probably she's having technical difficulties, and our other student is not feeling well. So it seems as if you are the lone soldier tonight. So You ready for a presentation now, ma'am?
Yeah, also an
No, no, you don't have to be uncomfortable.
I've never done this before. So
Well, the person who
I've never
recommended
done
the
this
class
before.
to you was a bit uncomfortable too. But the business of success has to goes on. Have to go on, right? So
So if you drink all the information for me.
just have to take your time. First thing is to turn on your camera and then have your props ready. You see, you're using a laptop, right?
Yes.
So you're going to turn on your camera. Hmm.
Oh, God.
Wow, in a classroom. Wow, that's exciting. I'm
I think
feeling
he's
so
online.
excited. Huh?
I think he's
You're
online,
in a
so
classroom. That's nice. All right, wonderful. Nice that you're in a classroom. That's lovely. I like that. Ready to take on the teaching. All right. So you're going to, where's the chart you're going to be using? Are you just going to draw?
repeat.
Yeah, I'm seeing the board, but it's kind of blurry a little bit. It's kind of blurry.
This is not the chart, sir.
That's the chart you're going to use? No?
No, sir.
Okay.
The thing is that I've already drawn everything, but I was going to paste them on a chart, and since I don't have any tape nor uh, glue,
Yeah, man.
that's
Paste them on the chart.
I don't have any glue or tape, sir.
All right.
I have
No,
it
take your
already
time.
implemented.
Take your time.
Can you stop
Wait,
this time?
you're gone a bit low. Let's take a deep breath. I know you're shy. Once it starts, you will finish. Trust me.
Okay. So our presentation will be on diabetes.
So you had to cut them out already?
Yes, sir. So today I will be presenting this topic.
Come on, you'll do good. You'll do well, man. Come on. Don't be shy. You'll do very well.
Sir, can you
You'll,
repeat, please?
eh? All right, I'm waiting for a minute. I'll be waiting for a minute. All right, good night, our viewers on our YouTube channel. Tonight, our students will be doing presentation. Um, Pray to pray for them that they'll do a good presentation tonight. And before we get into our lesson for tonight, which will be based on um, it will be based on diabetes. Okay. Are you ready now, Miss Gooden?
Kinda. But okay.
Yeah, your voice needs to go a bit up.
Okay, so my presentation will be based on diabetes mellitus. And diabetes mellitus is when the body doesn't use glucose properly. See, glucose is a source of energy. This is result when the cells, um, when pancreas is doesn't when when the cell doesn't react properly to glucose to produce energy or doesn't respond properly to insulin. There is two types of diabetes mellitus, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 type 1 type 1 is when the pancreas, this is my excuse if you can see when the pancreas creates I don't know if you can see
No,
it
we're seeing it,
clearly.
man. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. I'm seeing it, yeah. I'm seeing it.
This is when pancreas creates insulin to send to these cells.
Talk up a bit louder. You're low.
Type 1 diabetes is when the pancreas creates insulin, but the cells doesn't respond properly to it, which result in the cell not taking in glucose to produce energy, leading to there being a high concentration to glucose in the blood.
True. That's correct. You're low. You're low, Nikki. Nikosha, you're sounding low.
I have a low voice, so you have to
Uh-huh.
excuse me for that.
All
I
right.
have a low voice, so
Oh, you have a low voice, but you have to stay close to the laptop. That's is why. All right. Let me see your pancreas. Not bad for your first time though. Let me see your pancreas. Oh, you can hold it in front of the camera. You can hold it in front of the camera. All right, that's better. So that's the pancreas. So tell us what the pancreas does. What's the purpose of the pancreas for this presentation?
the function of the pancreas is to produce insulin.
Very,
Regarding this topic,
very good. All right. So do you have your insulin?
The circles drawn on this, are you seeing it?
No, I'm not seeing the circles drawn on it, but go ahead and tell us about it.
Drawn on it represents insulin. So the pancreas produce insulin, which is this, and you have your cell, you have the blood cell, which has a passage for the representing the insulin receptor and the
Okay.
glucose
Okay.
channel.
Okay.
So regarding to type 1 diabetes is when the insulin receptor accept doesn't accept insulin from that is being released from the
Pancreas.
pancreas.
Okay.
Yes, resulting in it not being able to break down the glucose to be used for energy.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad for your first time. But let me ask you now. How you feeling for your first time doing this presentation? Not bad though. How you feeling for your first time doing the presentation?
Feels like my heart's going to be jump out of my body.
Your heart gonna jump out of your body? You're nervous. Okay then. But as I said, it's not bad. It is not bad for your first time. Um, not bad for your first time. But next time though, what you need to have is your make sure that you have your material. So you went on and you created, you cut out the things that was quickly. So what you need to have is a tape. It was good that you have your cartridge paper, it's good. You need to have your tape next time, and then you need a pointer. And if you get a earphone, a headphone, so if you're gonna move away from the laptop, you can able to hear you much better. You understand? And you project yourself.
Yes, sir.
Now, going forward, when you're studying, that is exactly what you need to have. You need to have your models. You use your models to help you study. Good. So you recognize that you were able to articulate well a while ago in even stating what the purpose of the glucose would have served, which is to provide us with energy. So you see, when you do that kind of presentation, it helps you to own the knowledge. Good, which is where we want to get you to. So obviously, we're going for a grade one, so that's have to be consistent. All right, that's where we're going. I see you getting that. It was which the last person I told the grade they would have gotten, they got it. So I'm telling you this time that want to be consistent, the grade one is yours to get. All right, but you just have to be consistent. Okay. All right, but not bad. Very good. A job well done for your first time, I must say, and congratulations on that. So your next presentation will be on. I saw that you completed the worksheet on the digestive system, which was very good. So I hope then for next week's class, I hope that you will have your props for the digestive system. Oh yes, you're going to do a presentation on the digestive system. So make sure you have the organs that is involved in the digestive system. Make it be creative. Feel free to be creative. You understand? Right? So let's see we take it from there.
Yes, sir.
You did a good job. Well done. Well done. Even though you felt nervous, I feel impressed. You're not 100% prepared as you said before, but at least because you weren't prepared and you're nervous, you kind of didn't flow as 100% as you wanted to. But I see the potential, and that is good. All right, very good. So we're gonna get into the lesson for
Yes,
today.
and another reason why I was able to
Yeah,
present properly is because
it's
I
because
was
what?
so busy. I was so busy to carrying the voucher for school, and I'm studying to do 7 subjects this year,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Oh, no, not
So it's
unfortunately. Good. That is good. That is not unfortunate. That's good. That is good.
kind of it's pressure. It's a lot of pressure. So yes,
All right, I understand. Don't worry, fret not thyself.
giving
Good? Fret not thyself. Wonderful though.
giving that
All
I'm
right,
really
come again.
giving that I'm in grade 11 and have to do so much subject.
Then that is where the work comes in. Grade 11. Where you think it come? Grade 11, it come it up. All right, that's where it come actually. Grade 11.
Yes,
All
that's
right,
true.
but you're going on fine. Fret not thyself, as I said before. You are not doing so bad. All right, so just proceed now to the class itself. And as I said before, a job well done. All right, so we're going to go to where we picked up from. We left off last week. All right, so we're going to start off with the cardiovascular disease. So last week looked at the um, we looked at the we looked at diabetes, um, part one, no, type one rather, and type two. So tonight we're going to be looking at cardiovascular disease. So you can make your notes on that now. Just prepare yourself, put type a topic up and stuff like that. All right. When you're ready, let me know.
You may begin, sir.
All right, give me a second. All right, let us begin. All right. So we're looking at cardiovascular disease. Now, when you see the word cardiovascular, that word can be divided into two parts: cardio and vascular. Now, do you have a dictionary around you?
I have one on my phone.
All right. Look for the term cardio and then tell me what it means. Cardio. Those who are on YouTube can look up for that word as well. Cardio. Cardio. It is coming from another word, cardiac. But look, if you see the word cardio. If not, cardiac. And then you look for the word vascular. Tell me what it means.
Exercise. That's the
Exercise.
definition I got.
Cardio means exercise.
Yes, sir.
Exercise.
That's
Okay.
definition of organ.
That's the definition. Any other definition?
No, sir.
All right. What about vascular? And look up for the word cardiac. Cardiac. You can look for the word cardiac as well.
Vascular of are relating to a channel what the for the conveyance of a blood fluid, such as blood of an animal or sap of a plant, or to a system of such channels.
Okay. Channels. All right. We can use channels then. Now, channels are used to transmit something. Good. And we'll talk about cardiovascular then. We're talking about blood vessels in a sense. Good. That channels are transmit your blood. Good. Carrying your blood from the one organ to a next, etc. All right. Now, this little information is in front of us here. So when you get a topic, it is always important to know what the definition of the word is. Cardiovascular. Good. Now, cardiovascular is an adjective has been used here. And it being an adjective here is describing disease, which is a noun. So it's a type of disease. Good. When we talk about disease, it refers to the abnormal function of any structure within one's body or organ. Good. So cardiovascular then affects a particular organ and even a particular function. Once it affects an organ, it will affect the function. So the question is, what are the organs affected here, and what are some of the possible functions affected here? So as we go through tonight's lesson, we should learn of these things. Now, the big question in front of it is, what is high blood pressure? You want to read what's there for me, please?
Blood pressure is the pressure exerted on the vessels that carry arterial oxygenated blood throughout the body. It begins in the heart, ventricles, and affects the arteries, arterioles, and capillaries.
Okay, and that is affects. Now, when we are reading, I love when my students draw a picture of what they read. I love that because when you are actually forced to draw a picture of what you read, you are forced to comprehend what you read. Because in order to draw a picture that depicts what you read, it means that you must thoroughly understand that. You want to try to draw a picture now from it? So you draw a picture of what you read and then show it to me. Draw a picture of what you read.
I can't think of what to draw, sir.
Eh? Come again?
I can't think of what to draw.
No, I don't want to think of a picture. It doesn't have to be something artistic, but just use little shapes or anything. It must, whatever you draw must represent something in the passage you just read. You can do it, man. Try. And remember, we have a goal. Anything comes to mind as yet? Mm-hmm.
First thing that came to mind is the heart and the, the blood vessel. So this
Okay,
is my
so
reputation.
all right, let me see what you have there.
Of,
Okay, hold on, hold on.
you seen it?
Wait, hold on. I'm looking. Hold on. All right, go ahead now. It's kind of blurry. I'm not
It
seeing it
represents
fully.
my heart.
No, I'm not seeing it clearly. Not yet. You have to go close. Carry it close to the camera. Carry it close to the camera. Carry it close. No, carry it too close to the camera. All right. Okay, good. I'm seeing it now. Yes, go ahead now. Point on it now. That's your heart.
This
Yes.
is my representation. And this is
Mm-hmm.
the vessel. You could see a little bend right here.
Mm-hmm.
You could say this is something pressuring the, the vessel, preventing the blood to flow freely.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. You see, not difficult. That's not difficult. All right. So you know then that the word exert in there means that something is forced and preventing the blood from flowing freely. Very good. You see? Very good. Beautiful. 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 Excellent. Good job. Now, so that's the case. That's the case. Good job there, Nikosha. So it says the blood pressure then is the pressure exerted on the blood vessels, as you showed in your picture a while ago, that carry oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood is coming from is coming from the heart, which of course was oxygenated at the lungs. Good. And when you go on the circulatory system lesson, you will learn more about that. Now, understanding how the heart and the arteries generate blood pressure will help you understand how blood pressure can adversely affect your health. All right, good. So let's go over to our chart. This is our blood pressure chart. Good. And you have diastolic blood pressure and you have systolic blood pressure. So when the heart is beating, boop, 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 boop. One stage it is receiving blood, another stage is pushing out blood. So both stages are in fact measured. And when they go to check your heartbeat, the doctors use those things that they put in their ears and they listen to and measure your heartbeat looking at their meter that they have on the thing, right? No. And well, this is your heartbeat to that, but your blood pressure though is measured using the thing they wrap around your hands. Good. So some of them is digital, so they can look at the information and tell what is over what. Good. So they use that thing they wrap around your hand to measure your blood pressure, which you should know that. All right. Now let's go to the chart. If your blood pressure is 90 over 60, then you're in trouble. It's low. But normal is when your blood pressure is 120 over 80. That's normal. It is important to understand that. That means, why is it important to understand? So if you have that apparatus that they use to measure your blood pressure, and you have a family member, let's say grandma, your aunt, whosoever it is you live with, and they say that something is not right with them, they're not feeling well, then you could just use that thing and to measure their pressure. And then if you see that the reading is saying 90 over 60, then you know that the pressure is low. If the reading is saying 140 over 90, then you know the pressure is something is wrong. They're pre-hypertension. And it gets worse if the pressure is 160 over 100. or if the pressure is 180 over 120, then they're in the red. So it is very good to understand this chart. So persons who are nurses and so forth, who have to do your vitals, these information they need to know. So that's why they say you must do human and social biology or street biology when you go into nursing, right? See why?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let us proceed further. Now we are going to be looking at some causes for hypertension in male and female. Write this down for me, please, in the notebook, all right? When you finish writing, let me know. Finish writing? Finish? How far you reach, Nikosha?
Yes, sir.
How far you reach? Huh?
Lifestyle modification on the female.
Okay.
I'm supposed to write the, what's on
Well,
diagram, the other side too.
you can take a picture of it. You can take a picture with your phone and you write it off afterwards. All right.
You can go ahead, sir.
Okay. All right. So we're looking at the causes of males. Why males experience hypertension. Now, a high salt intake is not good. So, if you know that if you have a male friend or your father, your uncle, would advise them to ensure that they go low or moderate with the salt intake when they are cooking. Alcohol intake contributes to hypertension in males, tobacco smoking, lack of exercise, stress, diet, and genetics. These things um, are causes as to why men will experience hypertension. On the
My
side of the
father has
female,
it.
yeah, go ahead, Nikosha.
No, I was just saying that my father has it.
Your father has it. So my question to you: Did your father? Have you ever seen your father practicing any of these things? Did you see him practicing it?
No.
Huh?
He doesn't exercise though.
He doesn't exercise. Well, there you go. All right. So, and that, of course, naturally would have caused his illness. So he doesn't exercise. All
He
right.
doesn't smoke and he smokes.
Does he smoke?
Yes, sir.
He doesn't smoke.
He does.
He does.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second here. Hold on. He does smoke. So I guess now from tonight's lesson, you're understanding that one of the two other reasons when that probably caused him to experience hypertension is that he smokes and he doesn't exercise. And sometimes for persons who smoke, they normally drink, right? And not eating well.
But he
So
does.
go ahead.
He not drink, sir.
I don't hear
He
you.
stops. He stopped drink when me born.
Oh, I'm stop drink when you're born. Well, the history, the history of your lifestyle history can also affect because the effect comes after the cause. You understand? All right. Now, for females, now on the other hand, what causes females to experience hypertension based on what research saying to us here is obesity, pregnancy, too, menopause, diet again, which is common to man, alcohol intake, which is common to the male, and lack of exercise, which is also common to male. All right. So those are causes. Now the effects now of hypertension. What happens when a person is experiencing a hypertensive condition? They will have heart stroke. Blood vessel linings are affected, leading to arteries to become thinner. So just like how you were shown in your picture, where there was some force apparently cause it to constrict, get smaller, right? Erectile dysfunction. So males can become impotent. And of course, they can have kidney failure. These are some of the effects what persons experience. Good. So when you're making your models for this part of the class, you have your heart, you have your blood vessels. You can have pictures of a person experiencing a heart stroke or a heart attack, um, kidney failure, and so forth. And if you feel brave enough, erectile dysfunction, a person is impotent. Now, for a female, now they will experience cardiovascular diseases, um, kidney failure as well, and damage to their blood pressure. All right. Now, this person is kind enough to give us some tips to prevent how to prevent cardiovascular diseases. Healthy diet, no alcohol. Contrary to some persons that you can take a little alcohol, nothing don't go so. All right. So don't be fooled. Now, exercise more. I think I need to exercise more as well. And reduce salt intake. So you know they did not say reduce alcohol. They clearly said no alcohol. Lifestyle modification. Change up your lifestyle a bit. You know, weight reduction and reduce salt intake as well. All right. Now, the pictures on the other side, I'm going to zoom in onto the lower part of the picture. So let's look at that. Now, this diagram is showing us when the heart is pumping normal. Now, the arrow, what do you think the arrow representing? What's the arrow representing? What do you think it represents?
Smoothly,
Come again?
how smoothly, how the heart is pumped, the direction where the
Yeah, what
blood
is
is
it?
flowing.
The direction where the blood is flowing. That's correct now. So this arrow is talking about where the blood is flowing. Now, you remember what we read earlier? The blood flow, oxygenated blood starts flowing from the heart in its ventricles. Good. So the ventricles actually pumps the blood out. So this arrow is showing us the flow of the blood. Now, for to thoroughly understand what's going on here, we have to look at both pictures and compare it. Now, well, I'm not going to play around the brain tonight. I'm going to just take my time with you. Now, if you look at the curved lines to the side, what you realize?
One thicker, one is thicker than the other.
One is thicker than the other. Very good. So the one that is thicker is it suggesting that more greater force is used there. The heart is pumping much harder. And of course, when the blood when there's no hypertension, your heart pumps without any unnecessary force. But of course, in when you're experiencing hypertension, your heart will pump much harder. All right, not bad. Now let's look at these pictures here. First, you're going to be looking at the one over this side. So this red tube that we have, that's your blood vessel. Good? You seen it?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you notice, the arrow is pointing, it's suggesting that it's coming from. It is coming from. Blood is flowing from this blood vessel here. But there are some little things on the side right there. You see them?
Yes, sir.
Now, That is like they said it is called plaque. Good. And it is partial blockage or tightening of an artery, which can cause an increase in your blood pressure. So if it's like if you have a hose and you have the hose and the hose is water and normal, but if you were to step on the hose or somebody step on the hose, you realize that some form of pressure will cause it either the water to come out slowly or to come out with greater force. Good. Now the water obviously will come out slowly. You ever experienced
Or
that?
less water will be.
Come again?
Yes. Or
I don't
less
hear.
water will be coming out.
Or less water
Less
will
water will
become
be coming out of.
exactly. So now the space through which the blood flows in your artery is called the lumen. So it's a space. So just like when you look into a hose and you see a space, that is like the lumen. But the green part of the hose is like the walls of the arteries. Now just use your imagination now that you were to stuff like a cardboard on the inside or something, that is like the plaque build up in the artery. Good?
Yes.
Now, so that is what is happening there. Now, what are some of the effects that we are seeing here? You can have memory loss. So hypertension can lead to memory loss. You can have loss of vision, loss of sight from the narrowing, closure of bleeding of small vessels in your retina. Because you have blood vessels in your eyes. Good. Now,
Yes.
bleeding within the brain, because it is not just one particular artery that is affected. Any artery in the body can be affected by hypertension. Good. So you can have
Yes.
stroke or a heart attack or in the brain, blood flow stop going to the brain, and have a stroke or hemorrhage. Now, a clot in the neck may travel to the brain and block an artery. See so much complications.
Yes.
Now, a doctor or nurse, once you under human and social biology must not just be studied because of to pass an exam, but you must know these things that if somebody's around you, you can understand. Once you see the signs and symptoms, you know you must rush them off to the doctor. Or a person start to experience some form of headache, don't take it lightly. All right. Now you can have an enlarged heart. Good. Blocked blood flow to the heart will cause heart attack, kidney failure, and enlarged artery. So hypertension basically affects your artery. Good.
Yes. Sir.
All right. Okay. And of course, to prevent it, once again, you practice aerobic exercises, have a healthy diet, maintain your BMI. You remember how to calculate the BMI? See if
Yes.
you
Sir.
remember how you calculate the BMI.
Weight, weight over height.
Weight over height. But what should we do with the height?
You divide it. You divide it into the weight.
Yeah, but there's something you must do with the height as well. The square, the root, the root, the height must be multiplied twice, right? Square root. So weight divided by the square root of the height. Good? Square of the height, rather. Good? Now, you must avoid alcohol as well. So it's not good. Not good. All right. As you can see, again, the causes. Some persons it is genetic. Medication can cause it as well. Um, gestational gestational hypertension, which means pregnancy. The 9 months to which a woman goes through pregnancy is called a gestation period. All right. All right. Let us proceed. Now, here are some better pictures. Now, this picture here is showing us a healthy artery. Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir.
A healthy artery. Now, I want you to compare. Look at the this yellow area here is the wall of the artery. And I want you to compare this picture. What you notice about the diameter of the lumen of the healthy heart and the diameter of the unhealthy, sorry, the healthy artery and the diameter of the unhealthy artery. What you notice about the diameters? Tell me about it.
The diameter of the unhealthy artery is smaller than the lumen. The diameter of the unhealthy artery lumen is smaller than the healthy one.
Okay. Now you can use your hands and explain. So if you use your hands like this, right? Like this, not perfect, but you can say it. If this is a normal one and you get smaller, they know this is an unhealthy one, right?
Yes, sir.
Good? Good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the diameter inside of your arches, it contributes to how high the blood pressure is. In a healthy artery, the lumen is wide. But in the unhealthy artery, the lumen is what? Narrow. And that is caused by the walls of the artery starts to cave in on the space. Good. So when the lumen is narrowed, the blood is forced to travel through a smaller space, causing an increase in high blood pressure. All right. So anything that can be used to reduce or increase rather that diameter would be good. All right. So the blood can flow normal. All right. So they are saying to us how your blood vessels affect your blood pressure. Simply, blood pressure depends on the force and the amount of blood that is pumping through your arteries, as well as the size and flexibility of the arteries. All right? Good. Now let me see. Okay. So right here. So once again, now this is an enlarged heart where one of the ventricles are actually larger than, as it says, enlarged. Good.
Yes, sir.
Now read the first paragraph for me, please.
High blood, high blood pressure is a sign that the heart and blood vessels are being overworked.
Exactly. So what two structures are being overworked?
Heart and the blood vessels.
The heart and the blood vessels. Good. Okay. Now, if it's not treated, the disease can lead to atherosclerosis and congestive heart failure. So it must be treated. Um, Heart disease contributes to 75% of all heart attacks and strokes. So it's very good to exercise, very good to have a healthy diet, and to maintain your BMI, and not to smoke and not to consume any alcohol. So that's bear that in mind. Persons who love to drink alcohol will tell you that a little alcohol will not hurt you, but that is false. Some persons say red wine is good, but red wine is like somebody who says they love you, but when they get to know them, they in fact don't love you. You understand? That's what red wine is like. So the grape, exactly, the grape inside of it is the I love you part. But when the grape gone, the alcohol will stand up in the red wine is the I don't love you part. So you don't want a person who say I love you, then say don't, and then really don't love you. You want the situation just purely I love. So therefore, no alcohol must be in your beverage at all. Good.
Yes, sir.
Once again, your systolic must be 120 over diastolic 80 for your pressure to be normal. All right. So if a person has 122, between 120 and 139, which you have 80 to 89, that is pre-hypertension, which means before hypertension, are you getting there? And stage one hypertension, again, anywhere between 140 to 159 for systolic, and anywhere between 90 to 99, which is diastolic, it means that you are stage one hypertension. So this bit of information on the chart is very important. Need to know this. Common, supposed to be common knowledge for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're basically repeating what we're saying, but repetition is good because more repeat it, more details as well with it, and clearer understanding. Now I want you to look at picture number one, which is this one over this side here. What is it saying to you? Saying the same thing?
Repeat.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Is it saying it's picture number one saying giving the same idea that we have been discussing so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, so um just to make it more clear in your mind, picture an obese person trying to go through a narrow passage. Can you imagine what would
Yes,
happen
sir.
right there? So that person would take a long while to go through that passage when he needs to
Yes,
get to
sir.
where he's going to probably save somebody's life. The same thing with the blood. The blood is not obese, but the passage itself is narrow because of hypertension or pre-hypertension. And the blood cannot reach your brain in time, or your heart in time, or your kidney in time, and is causing failures to these organs. Okay? Now, this picture is saying two things. It's normal when the passage, the lumen, is as a right diameter, but as you go along, when it becomes pre-hypertension, the passage gets narrow, and if it is untreated, the passage get more narrow. You get narrower, if there's such a word. You seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, systolic pressure is measured when the heart contracts. When the heart is contracting, it is pushing out blood. But when the heart relaxes, it is receiving blood. You get that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So your heart, if I had a plastic container, I could show you that. You have a plastic bottle?
Um,
Eh?
yes, sir.
Go and get that plastic bottle for me, please. Get your plastic bottle.
I've got it.
All right, turn the camera on. All right, wonderful. Now that plastic bottle that you have in your hand, what is it going to represent?
The vessel.
There?
Vessel.
Yes, I saw like in sure. Of course, the vessel. You must be sure, man. All right, 1 second there. All right. So hold the plastic bottle. Let me see it again now. So the plastic bottle that you have in your hand represents the vessel. Now, I want you to show me systolic. Systolic. Ah, great. Because when you apply pressure to it, the heart, well, the plastic bottle this represents the heart, not the blood vessel, right? The heart.
That's it. That's why I was so unsure.
Okay, the heart, not the blood vessel, but more the heart. Good. So when you squeeze it, it will push out whatever is in. So if you have liquid, red liquid or whatever, you show blood leaving the heart. Show me diastolic now. Wonderful. Good. So you see, a simple plastic bottle can let you understand the difference between systolic and diastolic. All right? Good. Now, we're going to use a plastic bottle still. Now, hold that plastic bottle again. If we could cut that plastic bottle. You have a knife or so? Yeah, quickly cut it.
What did it have?
Yeah, cut it in half. Yeah. Take your time, though. Take your time. 'Cause that knife like it's sharp.
Sorry for the noise.
That's all right. All right. Now, use the one that without the cork part. Use the other part. Now, that plastic bottle now is going to represent a blood vessel. Good. Now, I want you to show me now when it reached pre-hypertension, how would it look? Pre-hypertension.
It's like this.
Exactly. So yeah, turn it around, turn it around. So squeeze it. Exactly. So that space becomes what? Narrow. Very good. Excellent. When it becomes hypertension now, excellent.
Smaller.
So it's more narrow. That's what the picture was showing us a while ago. Simple plastic bottle. Very good. Now, for me to be, I'm giving you some ideas now to be creative to make your model. You could use a cartridge paper, cut a round circle in it, two, right? And then you cover that side. One must show healthy, and then you cover another one show unhealthy, which is pre-hypertension, another one, etc. And you explain what happens along each end. Good.
Yes, sir.
And you must have little pictures to represent the heart, the kidney, different areas that are affected by hypertension. All right. Wonderful. Good. All right. So let's move on back now to our screen. All right. Okay. All right. So basically, you get the picture, right? Get the idea. Good. So looking at the other picture again, the condition where the artery becomes narrow is actually called but sometimes this word give me problems, you know. After you type that in a Google and pronounce the word, all right, and you get the pronunciation. Not for me. It will twist my tongue tonight. All right, let's move on now. So here was the passage again. It's the same idea, basically. Same idea. Now, according to this person, Mayo Clinic, high blood pressure is a common condition in which the long-term force of the blood against your artery walls is high enough that it may eventually cause health problems such as heart disease. Blood pressure is determined both by the amount of blood your heart pumps and the amount of resistance to blood flow in your arteries. So the more blood your heart pumps, the narrower your arteries, the higher your blood pressure. All right? So it's very important to know these things. So when we look at that, when we're going to look at some parts people questions, then we'll have an idea, you know, what these questions are like and how we approach them. So you have to know the facts. When we're looking at the syllabus, we have to know some facts. So we're going to choose the facts. So when you're doing the exam, remember your plastic bottle. Draw your plastic bottle to remind you of what it is. Also have your little meter, you know. You can pretend that you have a little thing. Good. Be creative. And you're teaching the class that, hey, you know, when your blood pressure is above 120 over 80, it's hypertensive. But when it is below 120 over 80, it is unhealthy, it's low. So it is hyper. Good. Now, but when it is normal, it's 120 over or 80 it is or 60? 80, right? I'm getting old, so my memory not so good. All right, so basically I have an idea that should cover it. And we'll see. So once again, we see what caused a heart attack. The artery, because the heart itself receives blood, good, for its muscles, because the blood, the muscles need need oxygen rather, and glucose to get energy, so that the muscles of the heart can carry out its function. That's why it's called cardiac, right? The cardiac muscles relates to the heart, is the heart muscles we're talking about. So if those heart muscles are not getting the blood that it needs to feed it, then you ended up going to get a heart attack. All right? Okay. Now look at this picture. Lipid. You just did your watch your videos and the digestive system. When you hear the
Fat.
word lipid, what comes to mind?
Fat.
I didn't hear that.
Lipid is another word for fat. Fat.
Fat. Excellent. Another word for fat. Good. So the lipid deposit of plaque is really fat. So therefore, your diet has a lot to do with hypertension. So we have to eat healthy. Good. Keep a healthy diet. Good to go. All right. And this is just repetition. Once again, causes of the the coronary artery disease is smoking, hypertension, diabetes as well, and sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle means you're not exercising at all. You're inactive. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you can take a picture of this as well. This looks like a decent one. Take a picture of that. Symptoms of coronary artery disease. Very important to know that. When you finish, take a picture, let me know. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. So we're going to pay attention to the symptoms. Chest pain. If you're experiencing a chest pain, you have to take something to treat it immediately, because it could be telling you that now symptoms are signs that cannot be seen, right? Well, not all the time. Good. No, so the chest pain, nobody can actually see a chest pain. Only the patient alone can feel that chest pain. So if you see them holding them chest, it's not gas, go to the doctor or take something that can reduce the not it's not painkiller you need either. They would probably recommend Advil. But I remember there's a taxi driver that was experiencing chest pain, and he called me and he was saying he was having some chest pain, and I said, all right then. I had a book that's it says Amazing Power of Plants, and that book told me that you could use onion, and you put the onion in water, cut it up and put it in water, let it settle, you soak, and you drink it. And when he drank that onion water, I call it onion water, and of course, the chest pain was gone, and he slept like a baby. And every time he sees me, remember that onion water. Years after, he still remember it. So that is a very good thing you can use to remedy the chest pain. Um, Nausea, indigestion is a sign of heart disease. Lightheadedness or sweating, that's a sign of heart disease. Or the fast heart rate or shortness of breath. These are signs that you can tell that a person is experiencing some form of heart disease. And it means that it's time to go to the doctor for it to be quickly treated. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you get your exam questions, these are things you need to know. Put forward these facts. All right. So if you call a nurse friend, let's say you're a nurse then, you're the one doing HSP,
I'm
and a
studying to
friend,
be one.
well, there you go, you're studying to be one, and a friend calls you and say, Nikosha, I find myself breathing short and I have experienced some chest pain. You could say to her, Natalie, I think you should go to the doctor right now, right? And call the doctor. Don't delay. And hopefully she will reach there in time so the doctor can rescue her. Good? Or the remedy that I suggested. But anvil, it's good to have anvil in the house. All right, so that's it for tonight, though. Next week we will move on to the mosquito lifestyle. All right. So how was your class tonight?
Very interesting.
I didn't hear you.
Very interesting.
What if found interested in class tonight?
I got reasons why my father has cardiovascular disease, which I didn't know
Okay, so you
about.
learned that tonight. Okay, all right. Any other reason
Yeah.
why it was interested?
And I'm a person who always go to the clinic of often, Miss C.X.C, like that.
Oh,
And
oh. Continue.
most times when I went to the hospital, they would use the machine that they used for blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always see the number but doesn't know what it means.
Okay, so now you have an idea now. Good. So next time you go, you can say, "Let me see the number on the machine, please," and you can interpret it for yourself because now you learn. So that is what um, knowledge is all about. You equip yourself with knowledge so you can become aware of your environment internally and externally. So thank God you have learned something new tonight, and you'll use this knowledge not only for yourself, but to help others. All right. So have yourself a good night and take care. Enjoy the weekend and have a happy Sabbath when it comes. Take care. All right, ma'am.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Thank you very much. All right, so you can click on leave. Okay, just want to say thanks to the Facebook persons who are, sorry, not Facebook, I keep saying Facebook persons on the CDP Labs Edu Services YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing. I ask that you will share this link with your friends who you know will be doing mathematics, human and social biology. We'll be streaming our English class uh, soon and our business classes very soon as well. So you can share this link with your friends, have them subscribe, and if you would like to register with the class, you can go to our Facebook page and you look for the sign up button and you click sign up, and then of course it takes us straight to the application form, and then from there you can in fact fill out your application form. When you complete the application form, someone will contact you and you will go through what we call our introductory online session, and then you start your first class before you actually pay, and then after your first class, if you find the class interested, then you can pay your registration fee and your first month payment, and you get your enrollment letter, which will give you all the access codes for your classes. Now, CDP Lazarus services don't only have live classes like this, but we provide our students with um, tutorial videos and worksheets, tutorial videos made by the teacher, all right? And of course, worksheets to test your understanding and so forth. So thank you again for stopping by and viewing our class tonight. We have a maximum of 3 students though for this class, but 2 were unfortunately not being able to be in the class tonight. Like last week, if you search on our YouTube channel, you'll find our other HSB class which was streamed live last week. And of course, well, let me not say anything more, but I'm just saying thanks again and subscribe, share the link. You have a good night. Take care. Be healthy. God bless you. Oh, one more thing. On Friday night, we have a weekly production. It is called Home Sweet Home. Don't miss it. Look out for it Friday nights.